Hi friends, in this tutorial I'm going to be creating a client server program in Python, an echo server. So what it will do is that whatever we type in the client, the server will receive it and it will echo it back to the client. So in my previous like 5-6 tutorials I explained all the individual parts of how this program is going to work, what each line of the code means. So in this one what I will be doing is that I will be creating a multi-threading server. So what it means is that every time a new client connects, a new thread will be created for it. So before I just get this I get started, I just want to say that if you don't understand any part of this questions, or if any of this video, if you don't understand any part of it, or if you have any questions, suggestions, recommendations, feel free to put it in the comment section below. So let's get started. So this is my, on the desktop you can see it's server multi-threading. This is the program. So let me go to my desktop and open this. So in the first 3 lines what I'm doing is that I'm importing, first line I'm importing socket sys threading. So as I said previously, if you don't understand any part of it, I have explained all these individual parts in my previous tutorials, and this one I'm just going to be going over this code very quickly. So in here I'm creating a function called echo handler. It takes 2 parameters, client socket and address. This is a while one. It's a while one, but it's like while true. So run this code, and here I'm creating an object called client underscore data. So it will be receiving. So client socket dot receive. It will be receiving whatever the client that is connecting to it sends. The buffer 4096, this is the buffer size, so it can receive up to 4096 bytes. And we are saying that if client.data, so what this means, if there is anything, if, for example, the client sends anything and we store it in this client underscore data object. So in here, in this line, what we are saying is that if you receive any data, what you're going to do is you're using this client socket object, and then you're going to send it back. What are you going to send it? The client data. Whatever we receive in here, just send it back. Otherwise, so close the socket. So this part, we are creating an echo server object. You are using the socket module and the socket method of it. What this first part, socket.af underscore inet, what this means is that use this part. It means use the IP family, IP address. Socket.sock underscore regime, it means use TCP. This line, we can also use UDP if you want, but together think of these 2 parameters as use TCP IP. So in here we are binding this object that we created to this 0000 zeros. What it means is that listen on all interfaces. So right now I have only one interface, it's ETH0. So if you have multiple interfaces, multiple physical interfaces, or you have wireless interfaces and you want to listen on all of those interfaces, what you should do is type in 000. Otherwise you can type in only the IP address of the interface on which you will be listening. So currently my physical interface IP address, or the virtual interface that I'm using for this virtual machine, is ETH0. It has an IP address of 10.0.0.101. I can type that in here as well. But instead of typing that, I'm typing 000. It's good practice if you want to listen on all the ports, on all the interfaces, sorry, not ports. What is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? This is the port number. So I will be listening on port number 12,345. While one, again, it's like a while loop, but like the previous one, it's saying while true. This echo server dot accept. So this is the object that we created previously, and you are saying accept connections. So the first one will be accepting, the first one is the object, the socket object. The second will be the address of the client that will be connecting to it, and the port number, the IP address and port number. And then once you do that, once you accept the connection, print this line. So every time you get a client gets connected to it, what you are doing is that we are outputting this line, print, and print starting a new thread. So every time, sorry, this line in here, we are using the threading module which we imported previously, and we are saying start a new thread. So the first parameter that it receives is the echo handler. This is this one, echo handler, this one. So this is what it is receiving. The second, this is the CSOC and address which we created in here. This is the socket object and the IP address and port number. I think I forgot to explain this line. So what it means is that listen, it can listen up to 5 concurrent connections. So this is it. Let's run this. 813 server. So this machine that I'm running, it has an IP address of 10.0.0.101. So this is a Windows 10 machine that I'm using. It has an IP address of 10.0.0.105. In here you can see that I have pinged that Kali machine, which is running the server 10.0.0.101. We have connectivity and it's working. So in here, what I have is a netcat running. So using netcat, I'm connecting to my server 10.0.0.101 on port number 12,345. So once we connect to it, we can type something like hello, bye. So you can see that whenever we type in something, we receive it back. This is what we this is the functionality we specified in the first function, the echo handler. So in here, the first port, you can see that we connected to it and we are receiving it. So in here you can see that when the server created a new thread, it outputted this line, starting a new thread. So let's use this. Let me start another command prompt. In here, let me go to documents, nc.exe 10.0.0.101 12,000. So this time when you're connecting to it, we type something like what up, bye. So whenever we type in, so we connected to it, we are typing, sending data, we are receiving it back. So in here you can see that we got another machine, another thread. So it says starting a new thread. So this was the first time we connect to it. This time this is the second time. So whenever we connect to it, what it will do is that it will create a new thread for every time a new process connects to it or a new client connects to it. So this is how you can create a echo server using multi-threading. This is it for this tutorial, guys. If you have any questions, suggestions, recommendations, feel free to put it in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one.